Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And room there to work it inside the 25. The Raiders at 2-8 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed. and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strength like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. To throw is Carr. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. 2 and now on 1st down. Caught. It's Wilson. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Under a minute to go, clock running in a back-and-forth 1st quarter of play. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Going right back to Wilson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play. 7-7, our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on a catch and run. 31 yards. Mostert will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. And this one is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Carr. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here.
Hey, 734.
Now, Carr again. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
They just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Back near his goal line. Here's Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Hill. Complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Let's go now. 10 cycles. Red, yellow. Dog red.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it. And
he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Dolphins go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone.
His kick is good.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7.
Jason Sanders is kicking off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
29.
Now Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up first and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
93. You're mine.
From midfield, here's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Once again, it's Mostert. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. On first and 10, it's Mostert. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you can just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. On play action. Now Carr. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And now here's another intercept. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And going deep for Hill.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out